Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to each of you. We have a beautiful night as we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements within the athletic department of Tuckahoe High School. My name is Andrew Colasuno, and I'm the Assistant Principal of Student Services and Athletics here at Tuckahoe. It is my privilege to extend a heartfelt welcome to our Tuckahoe High School Varsity Athletic Awards and Hall of Fame ceremony. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This evening, we will honor and pay tribute to our student athletes and coaches for their outstanding accomplishments throughout this school year and beyond. Before we embark on this evening's festivities, there are numerous expressions of gratitude that I wish to convey. First and foremost, I extend my deepest appreciation to our exceptional student athletes and coaches. Your dedication, resilience, and exemplary conduct serve as guiding lights for our school and community. Thank you to our athletes and coaches. A heartfelt thank you also goes out to the Tuckahoe Board of Education, Superintendent Amy Goodman, business official Faith Sparks, Principal Rodney Arthur, and Assistant Principal Scott DeBellis for their invaluable contributions in facilitating and supporting this athletic season. Thank you. In addition, I extend a wholehearted gratitude to our esteemed community partners, Town Supervisor Tony Calavita and the Eastchester Town Board, as well as Mayor Omaira Andino and the Tuckahoe Village Board. I thank Mayor Andino and Deputy Mayor Ms. Cronin for being here tonight. Thank you. To our community partners, your unwavering support ensures that our student athletes have success to unparalleled opportunities. This athletic department and its offerings would not be the same without your partnership, so thank you very much. A special recognition is due to a guest who's here with us tonight, Ms. Sally Veltiti. If you could please stand to be recognized. For those of you who do not know, Sally Veltiti is the Superintendent of Park and Recreation for the town of Eastchester. I have the privilege of working daily with Sally, and it's an absolute pleasure. I cannot thank her enough for her collaborative efforts in enhancing the experiences for all of Tuckahoe's youth, both within and beyond the realm of athletics. To Scott Tenike, our dedicated athletic trainer, I extend a sincere thank you for your commitment to preparing our athletes both physically and mentally for success. Thank you for always going above and beyond. I would also like to thank Mr. Michael Yazurlo and the entire custodial team at Tuckahoe High School for their tireless efforts in maintaining our facilities and ensuring the safety of all involved. To our diligent event security and chaperones, John, Matt, Janet, Alex, and Joel, your contributions are indispensable, and I commend you for your dedication and support to Tuckahoe High School. To the parents and families of our student athletes, I express profound gratitude for your unwavering support and understanding. Your partnership is integral to the success of our athletic programs. Thank you to all the parents and families. I must also recognize the invaluable efforts of our Tuckahoe Parent Athletic Council, whose enthusiasm and dedication have enriched our events and have fostered a sense of community amongst our families. A special shout out to Beth Silvestri, Fran Casson, Jen Snyder, Lisa Gherkin, and Therese Gardier. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to Ms. Doreen Pinto, who is our varsity club advisor and athletic secretary. Ms. Pinto works tirelessly in organizing both this event, spearheading fundraising initiatives throughout the year. Her dedication is absolutely commendable, and I'm so grateful for your support and the amount of work that you do behind the scenes in all of our endeavors with the athletic department. Thank you, Ms. Pinto. With that said, I would like to begin our ceremony, so thank you all for your continued support. At this time, I would like to welcome Julia Frett to the podium for the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone could please rise. Flag is to my right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Julia. At this time, I would like to welcome up to the podium two senior athletes who have held major leadership roles within our athletic department this school year. The first, a two-sport varsity athlete in both football and baseball, and captain of our baseball team, Jacob Liberati. The second, a three-sport varsity athlete in volleyball, bowling, and softball, Daniela Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. C. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our annual Varsity Sports Dinner. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces and new ones as we come together to celebrate another fantastic year of athletic achievements. First and foremost, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our athletic director, Mr. C. Your unwavering commitment and vision have been instrumental in shaping our sports programs and guiding our teams to success. A special thank you goes to Ms. Pinto for her endless support for organizing this wonderful event. Your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed, and we are incredibly grateful for all that you do to make evenings like this possible. I also want to thank Dr. Goodman, Mr. Arthur, and Mr. DeBellis, whose support and leadership have provided the foundation for our students to excel both and on and off the field. Your commitment to fostering an environment with athletes, where academics and athletes can thrive is deeply appreciated. Thank you very much.
We would like to especially recognize and thank the parents. Your endless support, dedication, and encouragement means the world to us student athletes. Whether it's driving to early morning practices, cheering in the stands, or providing the love and care we need to keep us motivated, you are the true champions behind our teams. I also want to extend our deepest gratitude to our coaches. Your service, commitment, and passion for us athletes have been invaluable. You are mentors, role models, and leaders who inspire us to strive for excellence. Thank you for your countless hours of training, guidance, and support that have helped us shape us into outstanding individuals and athletes. Lastly, we would like to commend all of the varsity athletes for the remarkable achievements everyone has made throughout the past school year. Everyone's dedication, perseverance, and sportsmanship has brought pride to our school and community. From thrilling victories to the lessons learned in defeat, all of us has shown what it means to be a true athlete. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and we look forward to even greater successes in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacob and Daniela. At this time, I would like to welcome our principal, Mr. Rodney Arthur, to say a few words.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm going to be brief with my comments. Athletes, scholar athletes, I played sports all my life, and playing sports have really helped me to define my character. The lessons that you learn on the field, off the field, it will help you throughout life. Getting to know some of you better than others, seeing your leadership, seeing your character, seeing the camaraderie that exists between you and your teammates, seeing how you extend a hand to others who are in need has been rewarding for me to witness. Tuckahoe is a very special community in that every single child matters. And to see the community come out for not only an event like this, but for sporting events has really been captivating. Attending, whether or not it's softball, swimming, it was just amazing to see how our community just rally around our scholar athletes. And I just want to commend our entire community, especially the parents who've sacrificed so so many hours to make sure that you get to practice, that you get those supplemental lessons. So let's give it up for the parents again, please. As a parent of 4 children, I know that commitment. So again, we want to thank you. We want to thank the coaches for the endless hours. The stipend that you receive is not enough to account for the many hours that you put in and devote and things that you put out of your pocket to support our athletes or to make our program thrive. Lastly, I really want to thank Andy. Andy has done a phenomenal job. And seeing how Andy works behind the scenes on the weekends, holidays, he does not stop. And I think he deserves a round of applause for his commitment. His level of service, his dedication. He goes above and beyond. And as a testament to his leadership, just think about how much our programs have thrived over the past 2 years, especially this year under his leadership. So many of you see Andy on the field, in the court, but you don't know the amount of time that he puts in, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, really going beyond, making sure our scholar athletes are well prepared, not just for playing sports, but making sure they have the tutoring, doing well in their classes. So I just really want to thank you, Mr. C. I mean, I've supervised a lot of administrators over my years. You are an exceptional leader, and I want to thank you for your willingness to always go above and beyond and putting our children first. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arthur, for those kind words and greeting. At this time, we're going to move along to the beginning of our team recognition portion of our program, where we're going to have our head varsity coaches, along with some assistants, join us up front and celebrate our athletic award winners in a variety of award categories. So we're going to begin with our fall sports, and at this time, I would like to welcome our varsity head football coach, Mr. John Diarco, to the podium.
I'm going to start with our all-league players first. Oh, wrong one here. Okay, I'll figure it out by the end of the night. Jax Colachico. Connor Benke. Jackson Snyder. Matthew Gardier. Anthony Bartolini. Chris Bartolini. And Pat Cipher. Our all-conference award winner, Jackson Snyder. All section this year was Jax Colachico and Connor Benke. All state, honorable mention, Jackson Snyder. All state, Connor Benke and Jax Colachico. The Class C and D Best Offensive Receiver, Connor Benke. Class C and D Best Offensive Back, Jax Colachico. '24 Golden Dozen Scholar Athlete, honorable mention, Connor Benke. And 2024 Golden Dozen Scholar Athlete, Jax Colachico. I will now welcome our varsity cheerleading coach, Elisa Maria Santabella and Joanne Gotti, who will present the awards for sideline cheer.
Coach Crispo wishes she could have made it, but she wasn't able to, and she sends her heartfelt congratulations to everybody here tonight. I am going to start with our all-league recipients, and the first is Isabella Sabatini. Bianca Pion. Quinn Kilgalen. Kaylee Acharino. Catherine Rideout. And our all-section recipients, Isabella Sabatini, Bianca Pion, and Quinn Kilgalen. Thank you, coaches. I will now welcome our varsity boys soccer coach, Mr. James Sweeney.
Good evening. All League honorable mention, Andreas Tamayo Ruiz. And Giovanni Del Mistro. All League, Flavio Vaca. Jack Bamford. And Jan Ludi. All section, Federico Vaca. Unfortunately, Coach Martino could not be with us this evening. However, our varsity assistant coach, Mr. Rob Lepore, will now step forward to recognize our varsity girls soccer team.
Good evening. Our all-league winners, Brooke Matarazzo, Michelle Syed, Bella Carinci, McKenna Gerald, Brianna Hartman, Ava Rogliano, and Grace Kern. For all section, Brooke Matarazzo. And for the second year in a row, the League Player of the Year, Brooke Matarazzo. I will now welcome our varsity volleyball coach, Mrs. Beth Perrone.
I'll start with our all-league, Isabella Usher, Amanda Cardillo, Madison Cardillo, Daniela Morgan, Sophia Debitetto, Molly Atwood, Gianna Galati. I'll now announce our all-conference, Gianna Galati. Our all-section, Isabella Usher, Madison Cardillo, and our all-state, Madison Cardillo. Thank you. I will now welcome our varsity cross-country coach, Miss Marissa Frusciante. All right.
Our varsity cross-country girls team were crowned Section 1 Class D champions this year for a second year in a row. Also, Owen Jurston was named Section 1 Class D individual champion for winning the section. Our all-league honorable mention is Sebastian Kulik. All-league, Sophia Doherty. Kira Devitt, Leighton Devitt, Ellie Riley, and Owen Jurston. I would now like to welcome our varsity tennis coach, Mr. Pita Annunziata.
Mr. Annunziata could not be with us tonight, and neither could our recipient, but I would like to acknowledge our all-league recipient for girls tennis, Maya Ito Chiaya. Thank you to all of our fall athletes and our fall varsity coaches. We will now shift to our winter sports, and we will begin with our varsity boys basketball team. I would like to welcome Mr. Felix Nicodemo to the podium.
All-League honorable mention, Jack Bamford. All-League, Rocco Briante. All-League, Connor Banky. I don't know. Connor, stay right there. All section, Connor Banky. Connor, stay right there. Class C sectionals, all tournament team, Connor Banky. I will now welcome our varsity girls basketball coach, Mr. Silvio DiSalvatore, and assistant coach, Mr. Alex Bonzi.
Varsity girls basketball, Section 1 champs this year for the third year in a row, and for the first time in school history, New York State regional champs. All league, Chloe Angelo, Cara Doherty, Grace Curry, and Juliana Manginelli. All conference, Chloe Angelo, and Cara Doherty. I will now welcome our varsity cheerleading coaches, Miss Elisa Marie Santabello and Joanne Gotti.
Thank you, Coach DeSalvatore and Coach Bonci. I will now welcome our varsity oh, that's me. Our varsity cheerleading team was crowned Section 1 Class D champions this year. For the first time in school history, our varsity cheerleading team also earned the title of New York State champions after battling against the entire state and coming out on top. This was the first state championship for Tuckahoe since 2012. Congratulations, girls. Did an amazing job this year. I will now announce our all-league winter recipients. Isabella Sabatini, Bianca Pion, Morgan Seminara, Catherine Rideout, Kaylee Acherino, and our all-section recipient for the winter, Isabella Sabatini. I will now welcome Mr. Trahey to announce the Varsity Ice Hockey and Varsity Boys Swimming Awards.
Good evening, everybody. First, for our merged ETBE ice hockey team, all league honorable mention goes to Andrew Gildard. Congratulations. Now, for our first-time merger with Mount Vernon High School for boys swimming, all league, Owen Gerston and Dylan Rigby.
Thank you, Coach Trahey. I want to give a round of applause to all of our winter athletes and coaches. Thank you. I would also like to welcome our town supervisor, Mr. Anthony Calavita, who is here tonight to congratulate our athletes. He's running out the door to a town board meeting, but I would like to thank him for supporting our athletes throughout the year. Thank you for everything. This time, I would like to welcome our varsity baseball coach, Mr. Phil Treglia, to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. Our varsity baseball team was crowned Section 1 Class C champions this year for the third time in a row. Our all-league players included Jax Colachico, Jacob Liberati, Connor Benke, Jackson Snyder, Michael Rideout, Frank Loacano, Connor Bryce, and Luca Del Conte. All section honorable mention, Connor Benke. All section, Jacob Liberati. All section, Jax Colachico. League Pitcher of the Year, Jax Colachico. And League Most Valuable Player, Jacob Liberati. I would now like to welcome our varsity golf coach, Mr. James Sweeney.
Good evening. All league, Anthony Tremelli. Thaddeus Carrillo. Killian Carrillo. And Nicolo Tortorella. I would now like to welcome our varsity softball coach, Mr. John Diarco.
Our varsity softball team was crowned Section 1 Class C champions this year for the second year in a row. For our all-league winners, Katie Atwood, Kaylee Handel, Daniela Morgan, Gianna Galati, Bianca Pion, Molly Atwood. For our all-section honorable mention award winners, the first one is Kaylee Handel. Daniela Morgan. Gianna Galati. And Bianca Pion. For all section, Katie Atwood. Katie was also selected Pitcher of the Year for League 3C. I would now like to welcome our varsity track and field coach, Miss Marissa Frusciante.
Thank you, Coach Diarco. All league honorable mention, Isabella Usher in the shot put, Leah Charity Spriggs in race walk, and all league, Henry Padal in shot put. He could not be here tonight, so we'll accept it on his behalf.
Thank you to each of our coaches. So although these teams did not have award recipients this season, I would like to extend a congratulations to a wonderful varsity season. So if there are any members of our varsity girls swimming team, I ask that you please rise to be recognized. Our varsity boys and girls bowling team. And our varsity wrestling team merged with Eastchester. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us as we move through our seasonal award recipients. At this time, we are going to transition to the second part of our ceremony tonight. So the second portion of our ceremony is the Hall of Fame induction, which we have so many worthy nominations this year. So this is truly a prestigious class. It's time to embark on the prestigious Hall of Fame induction ceremony segment of our program. A heartfelt thank you goes out to our Hall of Fame committee, many of whom grace us with their presence tonight. Their unwavering dedication, where they delve deep into each application during late night sessions, ensuring that each deserving individual receives proper consideration. Your commitment is truly appreciated. On behalf of the Tuckahoe High School Athletic Hall of Fame, I extend a warm congratulations to each of our esteemed inductees tonight. Tonight we gather to honor your remarkable athletic achievements, not only during your time at Tuckahoe High School, but also in the years that have followed. I extend gratitude to your families and friends for joining us in commemorating this momentous occasion. It's moments like these that underscore the unique bond and spirit of our Tuckahoe community and school district. I would like to first call the award recipients or Hall of Fame inductees' names, so if you could please rise, and then we will start our ceremony. First, we have Mr. James Capalbo Jr. Please rise. Mr. Nat Miller. Mr. James Adams. And Mr. John DiArco Sr. Our first Hall of Fame inductee is Mr. James Capalbo Jr., class of 1969. To induct Mr. Capalbo, we have one of our Hall of Fame recipients from last year, Mr. William Carlock here. I would like to welcome Mr. Carlock to the podium.
Oh, first glasses. Good evening, Tuckahoe High School. Congratulations to all award winners. Jim, this is a privilege and an honor to be here. They say time flies, and I agree. It's been 47 years since we shared the football field at Tuckahoe High School, and you were my coach. Just 6 months ago, we rekindled, and we became friends for life. I would like to thank Ann Capalbo, Jim's mom, for saving every newspaper article Jim has ever been in. There were 60 years of articles. Looking at the articles, Jim's resume was impressive. His athletic achievements were amazing. Your all-county awards, undefeated seasons as a coach, your Section 1 Coach of the Year, they were very impressive. Everyone loves a winner, but what really impressed me was your ability to change a kid's life. He taught his players about life, and he let football get in the way. Here is a letter from a student athlete. This letter defines Jim's legacy. Sorry I couldn't be there, Coach. I have to tell you, drop pass and all. You helped, guidance and wisdom helped me at every turn of my life, from college to my professional life, and every place in between. The work ethic you installed in us carried me through. I know you helped many of other guys with bigger issues, but you helped me way beyond words. I will never be able to thank you adequately and express my gratitude. But I would like to share a story with you, not share your politics, and it really doesn't matter. This is way beyond that. In August 2002, I was working as the Assistant White House Press Secretary for President Bush, and we were at his ranch in Crawford, Texas. Since I was one of the half dozen aides who traveled with him, I got to know him pretty well. Not sure you're aware, but the president has this thing called the 100-degree Club. Those who can run with him for 5 miles in 100-degree or hotter weather, and one day he invited me to join. Well, I did, and I finished. One of the rewards is having lunch with him. And he looked at me and said, Levine, I gotta be honest, I didn't think you were gonna finish. And I looked at him and I said, well, Mr. President, I gotta be honest too. Neither did I, but I kept thinking of Jim Capalbo, my high school football coach, and how disappointed he'd be if I'd quit. He took a look at me, he took a bite of his bologna sandwich and said, must have been one hell of a coach. And I nodded and said, yup, he is. That pretty much says it all. You're one hell of a good coach. Here's your 2024 Tuckahoe High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Jim Capalbo.
I want to start out with something. I want everybody to look at this picture. It's just an indication to everybody that I did once have hair. I want to say thank you to the Varsity Club Induction Committee. I want to say congratulations to James Adams, John DiArco, and Nat Miller, the other recipients. I I have a personal relationship with a few of these young men. I coached Jimmy Adams. He's one of my quarterbacks back in the 70s. And I played football with John DiArco in Concordia, I guess 45 years ago. Yeah. I also want to say thank you to Bill Carlock for his friendship, positive outlook on life, and the introduction tonight. Thank you, Bill. I grew up in Tuckahoe. We moved here in 1956. Both my parents, Ann and Jim, lived here their entire lives. They both passed away, still living here. My mom as recently as 2020. I have two brothers, Joe and Tom, and a sister, Judy. All of them went to Tuckahoe High School. All of them were athletes here at Tuckahoe. My brother Tom played on one of the early championship football teams when they played a bowl game against Dover Plains. My sister was a cheerleader, and my older brother Joe was a baseball player. I was a three-sport athlete. I played football, I wrestled, and played baseball. I played for Coach Carosa. I played for Coach Bob Marish, and I played for Jim Darling. After I graduated from high school, I went to Concordia College for 2 years where I played football with Mr. DiArco, and then I transferred to Baldwin Wallace where I graduated with a teaching degree. And fortunately, I was able to come back to Tuckahoe and receive a teaching and coaching job, which was one of my dreams. I was assistant coach. I started out as a freshman football coach, and I became the varsity assistant coach, and then I was the head coach here at Tuckahoe for 4 years. Two of my assistants are already in the Hall of Fame, Jerry DeSantis, who was the finest gentleman I ever knew, and Bill Evans, who was also one of my assistant coaches. I was, like I said, I was a head coach at Tuckahoe for 4 years, and then I got the opportunity to coach at John Jay High School in Katona, New York, and that was a dream also. That was a huge program up there in Katona. I married my wife, Maureen. She's sitting back there. She's the love of my life. We married in 1985. I was going to grab her by the hand and bring her up here with me, but I know she would have gone crazy if I tried. We have two lovely children. My son, Jimmy, he's here, right there, and his lovely bride, Ashley. They just got married less than a year ago. My daughter couldn't be here tonight. She lives in Raleigh, in North Carolina. She works for the Hurricanes. So all those Ranger fans, sorry. Coaching highlights. I had a 26-game winning streak when I was at John Jay, and then we lost one game, and then we won 9 straight after that. So we were 35-1 over a 4-year period. A lot of stress and a lot of pressure, but a lot of great times. During that time, I won Section 1 Coach of the Year in 1986, and I won the New York Daily News Coach of the Year in 1985. We also attended, back in those days, they didn't have state championships, but we went to 7 championship games. We won 5 of those 7. After I stopped coaching, I went back, got my administrative degree, and I became an administrator in 1996 at Brewster High School and was assistant principal for a while, and then became director of athletics and physical education and health. During that time, it was a 10-year period, I got to observe classrooms and coaching, and I saw some great coaching and some great teachers. I also saw some very poor coaching and some very poor teaching. If you look, the picture of me that you saw, and underneath that picture, there was ambitions for the future. And if you look in the yearbook of 1969, you'll see under my picture said, I want to coach and teach. And I took that very seriously. When I graduated, I followed that path and did it the best of my ability. This is the whole purpose of my speech tonight. This is my opportunity to plead with those of you if you plan to teach and coach in the future. It is the most difficult job in the world, but it's also the most rewarding. You will be a role model whether you want to be or not. Your students and players will look up to you and remember the things you say years after they leave. You have an ability to change lives. You must take that obligation seriously. There were two quotes that I lived my coaching career and my teaching career through. Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing, by Vince Lombardi. People took that the wrong way. They took that to mean that winning is the only thing you can possibly do. But he didn't mean that, and I never meant it either. What I meant is if you do the best you can every single day, you're never a loser. And I told that to my kids in my classroom, and I told that to my players. If you go out there and you play the best you possibly can, and you don't win, that's okay. And that's what Vince Lombardi meant when he said, and basically, if you do the best you can every day, chances are you will be successful. The other quote, and I think this is one that people should remember, the players don't care what you know until they know you care. That was very important. My proudest moment in coaching was the end of my 10-0 season, my only 10-0 season, with just seconds left in the game, and we were winning, and it was coming down to the last few seconds of the game, and everybody on the sideline was cheering and screaming and being happy, and I looked over, and one of my captains was kneeling down on the ground, he was crying, and I went up to him and I said, "Why are you crying? Everybody's excited." He said, "Because it's over." Well, he was wrong. It really was never over. These players that I had in his championship teams, they write me all the time, they text me all the time, and we stay close as a family. So I hope my words stay with you and help to see what a large responsibility you take when you teach and coach. You change lives. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
James. Our second Hall of Fame inductee is Mr. Nat Miller, class of 2005. To induct Mr. Miller this evening, we have Mr. Vito Pinto here, and I would like to welcome Mr. Pinto to the podium.
I am pinch hitting tonight. I don't want anybody to think that I coached Nat, but he was a great student, and we go back a long way in Tuckahoe. It's with a great pleasure that I have the honor to speak on behalf of Nat Miller, a graduate of Tuckahoe High School, class of 2005. Nat is the true definition of a student athlete. There are not many athletes that were part of the National Honor Society and All-State in 2 different sports. Nat left his mark at Tuckahoe as one of the premier football and basketball players. He was a standout. Nat had a tough-as-nails approach to the game and always gave 100% and more. He was a role model in the community and someone that the younger students would all look up to. Nat always had a huge cheering section for him at his games. Right, Mom and Sis Diana? There they go. He was also respected by his peers. This was evident by being selected team captain in both basketball and football. One of Nat's toughest decisions was to play college football or basketball. He was heavily recruited in both sports and ultimately decided to play football at Bentley University. He played 4 years there and received a degree in business management. On the basketball court, Nat had that rare combination of playing tenacious defense as well as being a leading scorer. Nat was not afraid to mix it up under the basket as well. His junior and senior years averaged double-doubles. He started as a forward for 3 seasons in 2003, 4, and 5. Most importantly, when the games mattered most, Nat showed up to play. He would never shy away from competition or a challenge. In fact, when the stakes were high, Nat would bring his A game. He really took off. He scored over 30 points in 4 games and averaged 20 points a season. He also led the Tigers that year in rebounding and scoring. He was known to have a flagrant foul or two, but he was always protecting the basket. He was selected all-section and all-state, which is a great accomplishment. His team won the gold ball in 2003, which is every basketball player's dream. In football, Nat was an instant success. Nat began playing his varsity as a sophomore after his varsity level and career as an Eastchester Blue Devil, which we're all familiar with. It didn't take long for Nat to acclimate to the varsity level. Nat began starting halfway through the season and never looked back. Nat was the forefront of making Tuckahoe a premier small school in New York State. As a sophomore, he scored 4 touchdowns, and 2 of them were on defense. His team came up short that year in the sectional championship, losing to Dobbs Ferry 10-7. Although they lost, Nat would be at the forefront the next 2 years in Tuckahoe's dominance. His junior season, he helped lead the Tigers to an 11-1 season and a sectional and regional championship. As a junior, Nat was selected All-League and had 11 TDs and started on both offense and defense. As a senior, he was determined to help the Tigers reach new heights. He was selected team captain and was the ultimate leader both on and off the field. Nat had the unique ability to run like a deer and hit like a Mack truck. Nat was pound for pound one of the hardest hitters and best defensive players in Tuckahoe over the last 25 years. Nat was able to help lead the Tigers to the Carrier Dome that season. Unfortunately, the Tigers fell short 22-21. That was a heck of a game. However, Nat was an integral part in laying the groundwork to make Tuckahoe a top team on the state level for the next 10 years. Nat scored 8 touchdowns and was selected All-League, All-Section, and All-State. In closing, Nat was a special person during his time at Tuckahoe who had great achievements. There are not many individuals who are selected All-State in 2 different sports. These achievements go well beyond the playing field or the basketball court. Nat will always be remembered as a winner. He left a lasting impression on Tuckahoe athletics and has set the benchmark very high for future students. God bless you, Slick Nat Miller.
Please welcome Nat Miller, Tuckahoe High School class of 2005.
Good? You can stay here? All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. It's an incredible honor to stand before you guys tonight as an inductee into Tuckahoe's Athletic High Schools Hall of Fame. This moment is a profound reminder of the journey that brought me here, and I am filled with immense gratitude and humility. Just a little bit about myself. My family, we were born and raised in the Bronx. I didn't have any family in Tuckahoe other than my immediate family, which is my mom and my sister. We moved to Tuckahoe in 1992. What's up, Ms. D? If you guys, for everybody that grew up in Tuckahoe, there was a big fire in Tuckahoe that happened in 1992 on 100 Columbus Avenue. That fire actually was next, adjacent to my apartment that I currently lived in. And we lost everything, became homeless, and we had to move back to the Bronx. Moved back to the Bronx, then ended up moving back to Tuckahoe probably a year later. I grew up in 100 Columbus Avenue, and the irony of that now is that I'm a fireman today, and I'm currently a fireman in the city of White Plains. So that kind of left an impact on my life, and like I said, now I get back to my community. I'm a resident of White Plains. I'm a fireman in White Plains, and still coach and teach as well. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest thanks to the Hall of Fame Committee for considering me worthy of this distinction. To be recognized in a class with such great individuals is truly humbling, and I'm deeply grateful. I must also acknowledge the unwavering support of my family, my mother, whose endless love and encouragement have been my guiding light. She was a single mother raising 2 kids on her own, and she never made excuses, and she always showed up and worked hard and pushed me to be the best and to never give up. You guys know her as Miss Miller. I know her as Mom. You guys know if you're from Tuckahoe and if you're around the area, you were around when I was playing, you guys know you guys will hear her voice all the time, screaming and yelling in the stands. She worked hard every day, and she made sure she took time to come to my practices and make it to the football and basketball games. She always, and she still shows up for me every day. And my number one goal was to make her proud. And with this distinction, I guess I can say that that's part of it. For my sister, Ayana, she's also a scholar athlete who graduated from Tuckahoe High School in 2002, I believe, right? Well, yeah. 2002, she played basketball and cheerleading, and she was a star at Tuckahoe as well. And she's always challenged me to become the best version of myself. We bumped heads a lot, back when we both in high school. We overlapped, I think, 1 year. When she was a senior, I was a freshman. So, we bumped heads a lot in school, but, at the end of the day, I know that she always has my back. And I'm grateful for that. And for my son, my little guy right here, his name is Grayson. Everybody say hi, Grayson. Everything I do, is to set an example for him. He's almost 5, he'll be 5 in August. And I hopefully in the future, this night means a lot because, he's at this age where hopefully he can remember this night when he gets older. And hopefully he can use it as motivation for himself. And as much as I'm striving for greatness and to try to set the bar high for you as your dad, it means even more to me because I didn't have that growing up. So me being that role model in his life is definitely something that moves me and is definitely a vital part of my life. His passion, this kid loves basketball and football every day. He wants to play basketball and he wants to play football every day. He'll start kindergarten in August, and it's amazing, and I pray for him that he continues to grow. His passion begins to grows as well as he grows. And it's an honor to be alongside, like I said, the class with such distinct individuals. And this award means just as much to me as it belongs to them. All right? To my teachers, mentors, we got Coach Pugs here, my coach who's a fellow inductee, Coach Diarco, Coach Gallo, he's not here. My guy Coach Gallo, where you at? There you go. Coach Gallo, my guy Tito, Mr. Bonsi, I see you here. My guys, you guys were all around when I was playing football and basketball. Artie Allen, who else do I see? Coach Ernie Morris, is he around? Coach Morris, he's around? He's still coaching? Thank you guys for your wisdom and your patience and your dedication. You guys seen potential in me that I sometimes struggle to see in myself. And your guidance has been instrumental in my achievements. You guys taught me the value of hard work, integrity, and perseverance. And those lessons have been a foundation upon which I built my life. To my friends and teammates, you have been my support system, my challengers, and my inspiration. and we created a lot of memories together. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of teammates here that I played with. I've got my guy Jared here, some younger guys here, but no, I created a lot of memories in Tuckahoe. I guess my senior year was the first year that we actually got back to the state finals in probably like 15 years or so, since like early 90s. We lost by a point in the Carrier Dome in football, and like that kind of hurt me, but I used it as motivation. Fortunately, I was able to earn a scholarship. I played 4 years at Division II Bentley University, 3-year start at Bentley. A couple of my friends got drafted. Unfortunately, I didn't get drafted, but which is why I'm a fireman now. But I could say that the guys, my teammates, we created a culture at Tuckahoe High School, and once we put that black and orange on, we played with a chip on our shoulders. Back when we played, there was no targeting. There was no targeting. All of those little ticky-tack penalties that you guys get on defense. There was none of that. You guys came across the middle, you was getting your head taken off. In 3 years of playing both varsity and football and basketball, unfortunately, we weren't able to win a state title. We came close that one year, my senior year, but we was always knocking on the door. My senior year in the fall of 2004, like I said, we was the first time we went back to the state championship, and we created a winning tradition that would produce probably 4 state titles over the next 10 years or so, since my senior year in 2005. I also want to take a moment to recognize the community of Tuckahoe that has nurtured us all. The school and its surrounding community have always been a safe haven for growth, learning, and discovery. The values instilled in us here have shaped who we are today, and for that I'm forever grateful. I grew up playing basketball at Main Street Park, football at the Oval, football at high school, Cottle. I went to Cottle, started first grade there, graduated. But memories is, I don't live in White Plains. I don't live in Tuckahoe anymore. I live in White Plains, and White Plains is a Tigers, but I'll always be a Tuckahoe Tiger. And tonight, as I stand here, I am reminded that this is not just an honor about my past achievements, but also about the responsibility to inspire and uplift others. I hope to use this recognition as a platform to encourage the next generation of students to dream big, work hard, and to never give up on your aspirations. For you guys, boys and girls included, don't make any excuses. You guys have everything right now. Everything you guys have is handed to you, and you guys have a lot of things from the prior generations that we didn't have. From the huddle, from film, from the facilities, from the weight room. We didn't have a weight room. I didn't touch a weight probably till my freshman year in college. You guys need to take advantage of all of that and tap into all of your resources. Fortunately, like I said, I was able to earn a Division II scholarship without lifting a weight until I got to my freshman year, probably the first week in college. I graduated Tuckahoe, I was probably 6 feet, 160 pounds soaking wet. But when I went to college, they knew that I was pound for pound one of the strongest kids. So for you guys graduating and juniors, seniors, whatever grade you're in, work hard, listen to your parents, of course, coaches, and everything will pay off in the long run. In closing, I want to reiterate my profound gratitude to everyone who has been part of my journey. This induction into the Hall of Fame is not the culmination of my journey, but a milestone that inspires me to continue striving for excellence and giving back to the community that has given me so much. Hopefully, I'm able to move back to Tuckahoe. Right now, like I said, I live in White Plains, but if you guys know anybody selling a house for cheap, let me know. My sister's a real estate agent, so just throwing that out there. Grayson, come on. So once again, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. This is an honor and testament for the collective efforts of so many, and I'm deeply appreciative of the recognition. Thank you.
Our third Hall of Fame inductee this evening is Mr. James Adams, class of 1980. To induct Mr. Adams, we have Mr. Eddie Adams here, and I would like to welcome Mr. Eddie Adams to the podium to induct his brother, James.
Thank you, buddy. Good evening, everybody. This is pretty cool for me because I'm sorry, Nate. I don't know you, so I don't know what to say about you. You're a good guy. You sound like you're an outstanding individual. But the other two, Coach Capalbo, I played for 3 years at Tuckahoe, and Coach DiArco, I coached with Tuckahoe at Iona for 3 years now, 4 years now. So it's pretty cool for me. It means a lot to me to see you guys. Congratulations. All right. Now, since being the youngest one out of all the boys, Jimmy was the oldest, I get to pick on him a little bit, guys. It's not going to be fun for you, Jim. I'm going to get you back now. Good evening, everybody. Before I introduce you to my brother, let me just say I want to say thank you to the coaches, the trainers, athletic directors, this class act right here. You know, you guys do a great job out there, and you bring everybody together, and it's something special. And your kids should understand how much time it takes for these for these coaches to do what they have to do. All the time they're away from their families and everything. So I admire you guys. Thank you very much. As far as the parents, thank you. It starts from the top right there. You guys do a great job on them. And for you guys, the kids, the athletes, congratulations, and more success to come. So, now tonight I have the privilege of inducting my brother Jimmy into the Tuckahoe High School Hall of Fame. And I could go back in time with my brother. He was always a mentor to me. He always meant a lot to me. I get a little choked up here. And we went a long way. We came a long way in life. He always had a ball in his hand. He always had a football. He always had a baseball. And he was like, come on, let's go play stickball later. I was like, okay, let's go. And back in the day, if anybody was on my age, you had the stickball and you had the sponge ball. And when it got wet, you used to whiz it. So my brother used to gun it all the time. Gun, gun, gun. And I could never hit it. He said, you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it. And I stayed there forever. And finally I hit it. So thanks for you. I could never hit a curveball in high school, but I could hit a fastball. So every time in high school, everybody said, throw the curveball to Adams. That's what you did to me. I couldn't hit a curveball. As far as football goes, Jimmy started out Eastchester Blue Devils at the JV, junior midget level. Coach Ferrante was his coach. They saw Jimmy throw a ball, and this guy was always, he never smiled, but he wasn't really a happy guy until Jimmy came on board and made his life real easy. Because they were a run offense. Jimmy set the tone for Eastchester Blue Devils for passing. He went up to the midgets, coaching for Coach Jim Bell. He played for Coach Jim Bell. They went undefeated. They were 13-0. They were number 5 in the country, ranked number 5 in the country. And Jimmy made honorable mention All-American as a 13-year-old, which is pretty impressive. He went on to, we made the big move from Eastchester to Tuckahoe. And over there, Jimmy started his junior year, and he had a really good year. He set all kind of standard statistics in passing. He made all league in football and baseball, all conference football. And then he went into his senior year, and he didn't have that much of a line, right, Coach Capalbo? He had all sophomores and maybe a junior, and my brother was always a passing quarterback, And so he used to just drop back and throw and gun because he had a hell of an arm. And I remember one time when I was watching the Blue Devils, a coach said to me, he goes, man, I hope you're as good as your brother are, because I was a quarterback also. And I said to myself, man, this kid's doing it to me again. I just can't do it. So I said, no, but I can run the option. I'm a good option runner. So now later in life, when we're playing together on varsity, my brother Jimmy and my brother Brian also, we played together, three of us. And to see him run around his senior year was kind of weird because he was just bombing it, and now he had no line and he was getting chased. So I said, see, you should have watched me be option when I was in junior pee-wees. You would have learned something. Listen, I can talk all day and all night about my brother. He inspired me. He made me who I am today. What he does in life is something that I honor. He married his beautiful wife, Linda, my sister-in-law. He had 3 beautiful kids, my beautiful Nicole, my beautiful Jessica, and my handsome boy, Justin. Jimmy went on to become very successful in life. Now, I'm not going to read that to what he became because that's way too much for me, man. But he became very successful in life. He'll tell you about that part. But I'm really honored to introduce my boyfriend, my brother. I get a little nervous up here, man. I usually don't get like this, right, Coach? I'm pretty good at the awards, right? But you know, inducting my brother is really cool to me, and I'm so excited. He deserves this, guys. He really does. He everything that he is, he's 100% real, and it's just an honor to be in him. So Jimmy, come on up. Congratulations, brother.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. Got a question, though. One question. What took so long? I graduated in 1980. No. Secondly, Eddie, you're on the committee, right? I'm your brother? John? Alex? Really? I could have got you a more current picture. See, Nat looks very close to his senior picture. This one had a lot of hair that back then. But anyway, first and foremost, I want to thank you all for being here. Secondly, I want to congratulate all you student athletes. Really impressive awards, I've got to tell you. Just sitting back and listening to it, you guys have some really good teams. You win a lot of championships, I assume, because coming up here for those all state, all county, all conference. Really good. Congratulations. I applaud you all. I want to thank the Tuckahoe High School staff, also the committee for appointing me. This is truly, I'm going to put this up a little bit. This is truly an honor and a privilege, and one that I will not take lightly. You know, again, I want to thank Linda, my family, for coming. Linda, Justin, Nicole, my sister-in-law, Sue, Sophia, Aiden. Aiden transferred to Tuckahoe. Again, and my son played baseball for SUNY Plattsburgh. Way to go. Although I didn't, I came to Tuckahoe in 11th grade. I was a transfer from Eastchester, yes. Made a move, basically it was a quarter of a mile, and went to Tuckahoe. But, I didn't really know what to expect. Because when you transfer schools, particularly that late, when you're going to your junior year, it can be a little tough. And one thing that I knew is that I knew Tuckahoe had great sports. I knew that Tuckahoe had some great athletes. And the reason why I knew this is that my uncle, Coach D, Jerry DeSantis, who taught at Tuckahoe for about 30 years, also coached football, always talked about Mark Siciliano, Richie Allen, who's over here tonight, Ernie Morris, Al Hagan, Louis and Tommy Ayanta, so forth, Kevin Clark, all these names, and he was really proud of it. And I actually come watch a few of the football games when I was at Eastchester. And it's funny, you know, sometimes in life you just have this feeling that something's going to happen. Okay, it happened in my profession, as a, you know, in the investment profession, but it also happened in a weird way. I can remember being in 7th grade. And it was, I think Tuckahoe had an undefeated season in 73. Was that the undefeated season? 73, 74. And I was in 7th grade, and I went to a game, a Tuckahoe game, and Tuckahoe was really good, and Eastchester was sort of okay. And it was in 7th grade art, and I drew a picture in art of Eastchester playing Tuckahoe. I'll never forget this. And I had the scoreboard in the back, and I had Tuckahoe winning 21-7 or something like that. And one of the classmates says, "How can you draw that picture? You have Tuckahoe beating Eastchester?" I said, "They're pretty good. And chances are, I think I'm going to go there." Sure enough, we make the move in 11th grade. And my mom told me, and my parents told me that we were going to move and I was going to go to Tuckahoe. Sort of was taken back by it because I really didn't know what to expect. Okay, going into 11th grade, sort of late, but I knew I had a lot of friends from Blue Devils. When I played Blue Devils, Billy Carlock was on that team. That was some team, wasn't it? I knew, and I met, you know, I had a lot of friends from Little League and everything else. And one thing I got to say about Billy, I love you, man. Another thing about, you know, Coach Capalbo says that when, you know, you graduate, you have your friends that you for life, your friends for life. Billy's like a brother to me. One time we did something stupid. Remember the time we walked around Eastchester and Tuckahoe for 24 hours? So we had, one night I had the perfect, you know, example. What do you want to do tonight? We were the Eastchester coach. And I said, well, we just hang out. So I'll tell you what, I'll call my parents and I'll tell them I'm sleeping in your house. You call your parents, you tell them you're sleeping at your house, and we'll just walk around town for 24 hours. It was all night. We walked from Eastchester to Tuckahoe to Bronxville, but we ended up at Tuckahoe High School on the football field. Might have been about 2 o'clock in the morning, and Billy says to me, "You got to see this place on Saturday mornings. This place is a zoo. It is awesome. It is a great place to play." And I remember from watching those games, it was a really, really great place to be. So it must have been right around February, March of my sophomore year. My parents told me we were going to Tuckahoe. What I then did is, I used to go to Tuckahoe High School at that time for what we called quiet practices. So it was me, Coach Capalbo, Coach Carrozza, Benny Ionetti, John and Chris Rakiki, and Peter Digman, who was my center. And Coach Carrozza said, you're moving here, I want to make you familiar with our offense and some of the players you're going to play with. And I said, you run the veer. And Coach Carrozza said, yes. I said, I know how to do that. He looked at me like I was crazy. I said, first off, I ran the veer, wishbone, and wing tee all before I got to 10th grade. I then started to tell him what the reads were and what I was looking for. His eyes, if I had a cell phone back in the day, I wish that I could have taken this picture. It was amazing. But anyway, that's when I started at Tuckahoe. Then what we did is that year, we went to touchdown football camp. Remember? And we had some team. Boy, we were the smallest school there. Roosevelt was there, DeWitt Clinton was there, White Plains was there, some big schools. And I'm telling you something, we put a whipping on all of them. Every single one of them, and that was some team. Now I want to talk to Coach Capalbo. It's funny because we sort of got the same beginnings at the same time, right? I moved over from Eastchester to Tuckahoe, and that was the first year you got your head coaching job. One thing Coach taught me, and you know, you live your lessons. Like with athletes, what you learn as an athlete, you carry on to life. If there's one thing you taught, a lot of things you taught me. One was slow the game down. Okay, it's all about adjusting and making a pivot. Everybody, when you practice, it's all about learning your reads, knowing what to do, knowing what happened. If this cornerback does this tackle does this is what you do, this is what you do. But you told me something once, it sticks to me today. Anticipate what goes wrong. Seriously. That is something in life. Just anticipate and go through the plays and the motions, but you know something? Think about what can go wrong and what you're going to do about it. Because seriously, that's what life's about, right? Not everything in life is going to be the way you plan it, day by day, whatever it is. And when something has changed or something's different, think about it, take a step back, don't panic, and pivot and make a decision. And I did a lot of that. And that stuck with me all through, college, high school, and professionally today. So I want to thank you for that. Awesome. One decision that you made and you sort of took back is when we lost our kicker in my senior year. Got hurt. So coach goes, who can kick? And I raised my hand. I played football. I must have played about 60 football games before that. I never kicked a day in my life. So coach, I'll kick. We were playing Bronxville. He goes, okay. Kick off in practice. Game starts. Whistle blows. I come up, raise my hand, run 5 yards. I kick a line drive right into the defense with Bronxville's first line, face mask. Line drive. I knock him back about 5 yards. Ball goes forward, we recover it. I never kicked again after that. I was done with kicking, but I know it's pretty funny. I can't play soccer, trust me. I do want to, there's a few people I do want to thank. Again, Coach Capalbo, Coach DiArco. I met you when I was in 6th grade. You were my baseball coach at Eastchester Recreation Sports Camp. Remember back then? He was a great coach, great time. And then we reconvened again at Eastchester. Because when I was a freshman, I got moved up to JV, and I started JV for Eastchester. And Coach DiArco, you started coaching at Eastchester at that point. And a great coach, and also a great friend. Thank you again, Coach. Also, my parents. I gotta thank them. My father worked hard. My mom was always there. Did everything for us, our brothers, everything for our parents. My father we didn't have a car. And I lived so I lived at 100 Columbus as well. So we moved from Marbledale Road to 100 Columbus. And my father would walk up the street and take a bus to work every single day, regardless of the weather. I thank my parents where they are. I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional on this. Have to thank my uncle. I guess a lot of you knew Coach D, Jerry DeSantis. Taught at Tuckahoe for about 30 years, was a coach. And that was one thing when I was coming to Tuckahoe and I was so excited about that you get a chance to play for your uncle. And I know he's looking down on me right now. He's looking down at us and he's got that smile on his face. And he was a second father to me. He taught me so much. More importantly, he taught me how to be a competitor. Stay straight, know the line. Whatever you want to do in life, be passionate about it and work hard. To the student athletes today, I want to say this to you. First and foremost, take this time and embrace it. Seriously. Time goes so fast. I mean, I graduated in 2005? No, 1980. But seriously, time goes so fast. You are in probably the most joyous and most eventful time of your life. Seriously. Don't ever take any day for granted. all right? Seriously, because you'll look back on this and you'll talk about the memories that you're going to create and you're going to share with each other. Also, to steal a line from what Billy said last year, your role models. You people, you set examples for the underclassmen. They do look up to you. They look up to you a lot. I heard this from another Hall of Famer named Rob Gotti. Rob was quarterback at Tuckahoe High School, and obviously when I saw him I was at his Hall of Fame induction because my uncle was getting inducted that same year. Rob looked at me and says, I remember when you used to play quarterback, man, you used to fly the ball, man, you used to throw that pill. And seriously, you are a role model for the younger kids. Another thing that I was taught at a relatively young age, and this goes back to Jim Bell, who I have to also thank today. Jim was tough. But you know something about Jim? Jim taught me something. Never, ever just be satisfied with mediocrity. Never be satisfied with just being average. Work hard, study, whatever you want to do in life. No one can ever tell you, don't you ever let anybody tell you, you can't do it. That's BS. You know something? Because I learned, because I'm coming out of Tuckahoe and I went to American International College. I was playing baseball there. I got hurt my freshman year. I had a cyst in my arm and had an operation that sort of ended that. But coming from Tuckahoe, and I was going to AIC, my classmates were from schools of 500 graduating class, all state, all this, all that. Here I am. People say, where'd you go? To Tuckahoe High School. Where's that? New York. What's the size of your school? I had 79 people in my graduating class. They're like, what? Seriously, 79 people. Some people, that was my size of my social studies class. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do it. Have a passion for it. Work hard. Set your mind to it, because if you do so, the world's your oyster, man, and no one can ever tell you you can't do it. So whatever you do, make that passion. I live by another motto, and I learned this from when I was playing college baseball. And in life, it's the same thing, okay? It's all about playing a game, play hard, but honestly, it goes beyond that. Practice harder. That's where it all comes from. Practice harder than the game. Because if you practice harder, and you, like Coach Capalbo told me, know about the situations that aren't going to happen and how you're going to pivot, and don't panic. Practice harder and actually play hard. And believe me, those are great words I always live by today. It'll serve you well. So thank you very much, everybody, for inducting me. This truly is an honor and a privilege. Thank you very much.
Before dinner is served, we will move to our fourth and final Hall of Fame inductee for this evening in the class of 2024. Our fourth Hall of Fame inductee this evening is Mr. John DiArco, Sr. To induct Mr. DiArco Sr., we have his son, Coach DiArco Jr., and I would like to welcome him to the podium at this time.
All right, get comfortable, because I've been working on this speech the last 10 years, so I got a lot to say here. Nah. It's with great pleasure that I have the honor to speak about my father, Coach John DiArco Sr. Coach DiArco was born to coach. Coach often says, everyone is put on this earth for a reason, and mine was to coach. This is a title that he does not take lightly. He took extreme pride in not only coaching, but raising fine young men. He truly cared about their well-being, both on and off the field. Some of his closest friends today are guys that he has coached throughout the years, families that he has coached, and they still refer to him as coach. He also loved coaching in this town. He worked here, lived it day in and day out, which isn't always the easy thing. But he cares so much about this community that he wouldn't have it any other way. I had the privilege of coaching and learning football and baseball with him, along with our longtime assistant, Coach Pat Gallo, who was our assistant during our time at Tuckahoe High School. Coach was definitely considered a player's coach. He had that old school mentality that you don't always see today. He believed in tough love and letting players know exactly where they stand. When he first began coaching, the only time you got water was on the way to the hospital. So the idea that this is the most hydrated generation and kids have $50 Stanleys is completely foreign to him. But Coach was able to adapt, and that's what made him so successful, especially at Tuckahoe. Throughout a span of 40 years, Coach DiArco coached many different levels, schools, and sports. However, if you played for him at any point, he still refers to you as one of his guys. When his guys are successful, he takes great pride in that. He makes sure to follow them today throughout their various careers. Oftentimes when he sees them, it brings them both right back into the moment. They feel like they're on the sidelines again. That's when the stories begin and the remember this play comes up or what about that guy comes up, and you can tell that Coach is in his happy place. Coach began coaching at Eastchester High School in 1973, which he remained until 1993. During that time, he was Coach of the Year 3 times, won 3 different bowl games, 1984, 1988, and 1992. That was before the state playoffs, like Coach Capalvo also referenced. In 1999, former athletic director Alex Bonsi persuaded him to join the Tuckahoe football staff as an assistant coach. Thankfully, Alex was persistent, and my father, being the typical stubborn Italian, was a little reluctant at first, but in the end, he joined the staff, and the rest is history. So I have to really thank you, Alex, for bringing him to Tuckahoe, and for a great journey here. Thank you, Alex. So Coach took over the varsity baseball program in 2001, which he remained the head coach until 2014. Coach wasn't a big analytics guy. He coached on gut, on instincts. He wanted guys on the team that knew how to compete. He taught the game in a simple way: see the ball, hit the ball, and don't think. One of Coach's greatest attributes was that he didn't complicate things. He wasn't lengthy in his talks. He would often give quick one-liners. He could watch a pitcher warm up or a team take infield out and immediately identify their strengths and weaknesses, and usually he was spot on. Although this method isn't always popular or not for everyone, Coach did it his way, and it's tough to argue that it didn't work when you look at his accomplishments. The second season, we went on to win the sectionals, and then back then, the regionals and states were all within 1 week. So on a Monday, we won the sub-regional. On Tuesday, we won the regional. On Saturday, we played a doubleheader and ended up winning the first state baseball championship in the history of Tuckahoe. During his time, he won 139 games, 2 state championships, and the second baseball state championship was in 2011. We have one of his former players from that team, Jared Summer, that's here tonight. On the football field, Coach began at Tuckahoe as an assistant in 1999 and took over as head coach in 2001. He was the head coach in football also until 2014. The football field was where Coach DiArco's fire and competitive nature would come out. The field was his territory. It was sacred to him. I was basically raised on a field when he was coaching at Eastchester, and I can say with 100% certainty that I wouldn't have the passion for coaching or teaching if I didn't have that upbringing. Tuckahoe always had some hard-nosed, tough, and successful football teams. When Coach took over, he brought consistency and took the Tigers to a different level. He made sure they were not only winners on the field, but they were winners off the field as well. Coach instituted mandatory study halls after practice, which wasn't always popular. However, he made sure that they did it. He brought in, through fundraising efforts, we were able to have trainers come work with the kids, and we also had SAT classes just for the football kids, because Coach thought it was really important to keep our football players together at all times. In his first season, we lost in the sectional championship to Dobbs Ferry 10-7 in double overtime. We lost on a 37-yard field goal. So anyone knows, anytime you lose a sectional championship, how devastating that can be, especially losing that way. But I will say that loss fueled us, and there was no looking back. The following year, we went 11-1. We won the section, the region, and lost in the state semifinals. We remained on the hunt. Coach, never being satisfied, kept taking it up a notch. The following year, like Nat was saying, Nat was a senior captain on the team. We won the section, the region. We made it to the Carrier Dome, and unfortunately, we lost 22-21, which was another heartbreaking loss. Any high school players would tell you that Syracuse is the ultimate dream. That's where you want to end up playing in November. In just his third season, he got the Tigers there for only their second time in school history. This would begin a run of one of the best small school programs for the next 10 years. In 2006, we began the season with a win over Bronxville on his birthday, and we never looked back. That team went on to win the first ever state championship in the history of the school. Coach would quickly point out to the future teams that just because previous Tuckahoe teams made it to Syracuse, you have to make a name for yourself. Nobody is going to roll over for you. You need to go out there and earn it. His future teams did just that. In 2010, the Tigers won the second state championship by shutting out Caledonia Mumford. In 2012, the Tigers once again made it back to Syracuse but fell short. In the span of 9 seasons, Tuckahoe made it to the Carrier Dome 4 times and won twice. Throughout this time, Tuckahoe was considered one of the top small school programs in the entire state of New York. Coach accomplished things that many can only dream of. At the time, we didn't realize the magnitude of what we were accomplishing because we were always getting ready for the next season and making sure those kids had the same amazing experience. Now when I look back, I think what it would be like to get there just once. In total, Coach won 9 sectional championships, 7 regional championships, 4 appearances in the Carrier Dome, 2 state championships, the New York State Coach of the Year twice, the Section 1 Coach of the Year. In closing, it's easy to look at Coach's numbers and be impressed, but it definitely goes way beyond that. The best way to sum up his legacy is that he coached the game the right way and for the right reasons. He never cared about outside noise or what other people thought. He would often say the only time most of these people were ever on a football field was to walk across and get a seat on the other side. He never compromised on what he felt was right. He always made decisions based on what's best for the entire program, not just one individual. Like Frank Sinatra sang, "For what is a man, what has he got? If not himself, then he has naught. To say the things he truly feels, and not the words of no one kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, it was my way." So Coach, Dad, congratulations.
Good evening, Dr. Goodman, Mr. Arthur, Mr. DeBellis, Board of Education members, faculty, staff, high school students. Good evening. I want to thank my son for that outstanding introduction. Those years at Iona College finally paid off. I also want to thank Tuckahoe's AD, Andrew Calisano, and the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me for this great honor. What is the formula to be successful as a head coach? First, you need cooperation and teamwork from your administration. I want to recognize 3 individuals that helped me achieve anything and everything that I ever got on a football field. Number 1 was Dr. Michael Yuzzulo, Superintendent of Schools. Number 2, Paul Saragusa, who's the building principal. And number 3, our athletic director, who got me out of retirement, as my son mentioned, Mr. Alex Bonsi. I want to say thank you for all your efforts. Secondly, you need good players. I was fortunate to have over 24 individuals selected to New York State first football team. Special recognition goes to Llewell Robinson in 2006 and Jared Sumner in 2010 for being voted the best player in New York State. Bill Belichick, coach of the New England Patriots, was quoted after his first Super Bowl victory, saying, "You need a group of players who work together and want to improve on a daily basis. This is the key to building a dynasty." The third element in producing a winning program is a strong supporting staff. My thanks go out to Bill Magner Jr., son of the former head coach at Bronxville. Bill is an English teacher and assistant coach at Fordham Prep in the Bronx. Mr. Pat Gallo, a special ed teacher at Eastchester High School, is the offensive coordinator at Iona Prep in New Rochelle and the head girls softball coach at Eastchester High School, a tremendous asset to have on your staff. Lastly, my son, John DiArco Jr., number one assistant, loyal, dedicated, committed, head football coach and girls softball coach at Tuckahoe High School. I want to say thank you for all your help, and it wouldn't have been possible for me to win anything without your efforts. I want to thank and congratulate the student athletes tonight. These are the best times of your lives. Enjoy them. Enjoy them to the fullest. I want to acknowledge my family. First of all, my terrific daughter-in-law, English teacher at the high school, Suzanne. My granddaughter, 14-year-old Gianna, a cheerleader at Eastchester Junior High School. And lastly, John DiArco III, the love of my life. I love you all very much. God bless you, and thank you. Thank you.
Who's going to take a picture right here?
Okay.
You want to hold the plaque? Yeah. At this time, we're going to move on to the senior awards portion of our ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to thank our Senior Athletic Awards Committee that takes their roles very seriously between the nomination process, the countless meetings, and the voting process that we go through each and every year. Your commitment to our athletic department does not go unnoticed. I would like to ask our coaches to please step forward to create a greeting line for our senior award recipients. The first award we're going to distribute is what's known as the Tiger 3 Sport Award. This award is given each year to senior class students who have participated on 3 varsity sports teams throughout their senior year of high school. Connor Benke, Jax Calachico, Mateo Hernandez Ferro, Daniela Morgan, and Jackson Snyder. Congratulations to our Tiger 3 Sport Award winners. The second senior award that we are going to distribute is the Scholastic Athlete of the Year Award in honor of Michael Frey. Each year, the Eastchester Police Association donates 2 trophies in honor of police officer Michael Frey, who was tragically killed in the line of duty on March 21st, 1996. The awards are presented to the male and female student athletes who have achieved the highest academic average in the classroom and have participated in at least 2 varsity sports during the year. Our first recipient of the Scholastic Athlete of the Year Award in honor of Michael Frey, Leah Charity Spriggs. Congratulations, Leah. And Jackson Snyder. Congratulations. The third senior award that we're going to give out is what's known as the Michelle Donnelly Award. On April 26, 1998, Michelle Donnelly, one of our own student athletes, was tragically taken from us. Each year in her honor, an award is presented to a student, coach, teacher, administrator, community member, or parent for their dedicated service, hard work, and time to the athletic program of Tuckahoe High School. This year, I'm extremely proud to give this award to someone that is a colleague, a friend of our athletic department, and a mentor to all of our coaches here, Mr. Alex Sponsi. Our fourth senior award is the Christopher Wiley Award. On August 12, 1993, Christopher Wiley suddenly died of an aneurysm. Each year, in his honor, an award is presented to a student who has displayed courage and hard work on the athletic field under difficult circumstances. This year's Christopher Wiley Award recipient is Elijah Jacobs. Our fifth senior award, the Tuckahoe Athletic Council Tiger Pride Award. This award recognizes 2 student athletes who demonstrate an exceptional ability to foster camaraderie and a positive atmosphere within their team. The recipients' kindness and empathy, as well as their inclusive and spirited approaches, uplift teammates and enhance all participants' enjoyment of the sport. They are well respected by coaches and teammates alike and embody the sense of pride in the athletic community that the Tuckahoe Athletic Council strives to promote. Our first recipient of the Tuckahoe Athletic Council Tiger Pride Award, Aiden Lynch. Congratulations, Aiden. Our second recipient, Chris Bartolini. Congrats, Chris. Our sixth senior award is the Eli Strand Award. This award is given in honor of one of our alumni and Hall of Fame athletes, Eli Strand, who passed away in December of 2007. Eli was an outstanding Tuckahoe athlete and an avid fan of all Tuckahoe sports and our student athletes. This year, this award will be given to 2 outstanding senior female athletes as well as 2 outstanding male athletes. Each of these athletes has a real passion for his or her sport. These athletes have shown leadership, dedication, teamwork, and perseverance on and off the playing court or field. They are each excellent role models with incredible work ethic and sportsmanship. Eli would definitely agree that each of these recipients put their heart and soul into participating on their Tuckahoe teams. Our first Eli Strand Award recipient, Federico Vaca. Congratulations. Federico. Anthony Bartolini. Madison Cardillo. And Amanda Cardillo. Congratulations. Our 7th award is the Gerald DeSantis Coach D Award. This award is given in honor of one of our Hall of Fame members, Gerald DeSantis, Coach D, who passed away in October of 2012. Coach D was a decorated Vietnam War hero, a respected teacher and coach. He gave everything to his country, to his family, and to Tuckahoe, and asked for nothing in return. This award is given to an outstanding senior female and male athlete who exhibit the same qualities as Coach D: dedication and commitment to their team, as well as giving their all and asking for nothing in return. Our first Gerald DeSantis Coach D Award recipient, Patrick Seifer. Our second, Ava Lee. Congratulations, Ava. Our eighth award is the Coaches Award. Each year, the coaches choose a male and female senior athlete showing outstanding dedication, devotion, hard work, commitment, loyalty, and respect to their team, coaches, opponents, and their school. The recipients must participate in at least 2 varsity sports and maintain their academic eligibility status. In addition, they have displayed excellent sportsmanship and leadership on and off the field and or court. These athletes give 100% and are excellent role models for their team and players. Our first Coaches Award recipient, Jacob Liberati. Congratulations. Our second Coaches Award recipient, Isabella Usher. Yes, ma'am. Congratulations. Our 9th and final senior award of the evening is our Athlete of the Year. Each year, our committee selects an Athlete of the Year, which is selected by our coaches. These athletes must participate in at least 2 varsity sports and maintain academic eligibility status. In addition, they have excelled in their individual sports and have displayed outstanding sportsmanship and leadership on and off the field or court. Our first athlete of the year, Daniela Morgan. Congratulations. Stay right here. At this time, I would like to invite our volleyball coach, Beth Perrone, to say a few brief words about Daniela.
Congratulations. Okay. It's certainly an honor to be able to speak about one of our athletes of the year, Daniela Morgan. I've known Daniela far before coaching this season here at Tuckahoe. I met her when she was just a little peanut starting out in volleyball. And from the moment I met her, I knew that she was extremely special, and even more so as she gets older and older. Daniela has shined not only through her athletics, but also with her academics and presence within the community. And she does it with such gratitude and grace. As one of our varsity volleyball captains, Daniela has always given 100% of herself to the sport, the program, her teammates, and her coach. She is a true leader on and off the court. As a coach, one of my main goals is to always provide a positive impact on the players. But when you have a player like Daniela reciprocate that positive impact on you as a coach, that is remarkable and so inspiring. I am so grateful I was able to coach you in your last varsity volleyball season here at Tuck. You will be truly missed next season, and I look forward to hearing about all your upcoming achievements and the next journey of your life. Congratulations, and I am forever proud of you.
So this year is a bit unique because, as I mentioned in our opening, our committee for our senior awards met numerous times. And after a great deal of review and dialogue, we did decide that we were going to give the Male Athlete of the Year award to 2 individuals this year. We could not break the tie, and we felt that both of these individuals were fully deserving of this honor. The committee wholeheartedly believes that both of these individuals are deserving of this honor and award. The first student athlete I'm going to call forward, Jax Colachico. Sit right here, Jax. I'm going to ask Coach DiArco to say a few brief words about Jax.
It's brief, don't worry. It's my privilege and honor to stand up here and introduce Jax as the Athlete of the Year. Jax is a true leader, both on and off the field, and has a way about him that makes everybody better. Jax is a gamer and never shied away from competition or a challenge. Oftentimes, Jax shined when the lights were the brightest. He led by example, and others would follow. This was evident by being selected team captain as both a football captain and a baseball captain. Jax is also the ideal teammate. He is humble and never wanted the spotlight. He's always quick to praise his teammates and coaches. Jax is the perfect example of a student athlete. This year, Jax played varsity football, basketball, and baseball. He was selected all-league, all-section, all-state in football. In baseball, he was selected all-league and all-section. Jax also set the all-time passing record in the history of Tuckahoe with 3,405 yards. Jax was selected to the prestigious Golden Dozen team in football, which shows what a scholar Jax is. Although the stats and awards are impressive, I think Jax as a teammate, captain, person far outweigh any numbers. On behalf of your coaches and teammates, you will be truly missed, but your legacy that you left will not be forgotten. Congratulations.
Jax. Lastly, I would like to invite up Athlete of the Year, Connor Benke. I would like to invite Coach Nicodemo up to say a few words about Connor.
When I was asked to speak briefly about the Athlete of the Year, Connor Benke, I chose 3 adjectives to describe the type of athlete and person he is. Number 1 is disciplined. It didn't matter if it was a free throw shooting drill or a 5-on-5 drill in practice. He attacked every drill and every minute of the game the same way. He was locked in every time he stepped on the court and field. Number 2, a great teammate. He was supportive. He embraced his role as captain of the football, basketball, and baseball team and was willing to sacrifice for the betterment of the team. And number 3, resilient. Connor played a total of maybe 2 minutes his junior basketball season before a traumatic season-ending knee injury during a game at Alexander Hamilton. How did Connor respond to that adversity? He was patient, consistent, and focused. He put in the work that needed to be done in the off-season, and the result? All league, all section, all state accolades for football, as well as a Golden Dozen Scholar Athlete honorable mention. He earned all league and all section honorable mention for baseball, and earned all league and all section in basically his only season playing varsity basketball. He averaged close to 20 points per game and was one of the leading scorers in the county this past season. Connor, on behalf of all your coaches and teammates, you truly will be missed, but the mark you left will not be forgotten. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like to recognize all of our coaches who are here before us. If we could please give them a round of applause. And one last round of applause to all of our senior award winners. Congratulations. So in closing, I will be very brief. I know it's been a long evening. A heartfelt thank you goes out to our seniors. I will say this year has been nothing short of remarkable, filled with countless achievements and championships. I'm deeply indebted to each of you for your unwavering dedication, for continually pushing boundaries, and for propelling Tuckahoe athletics to new heights. It's been an honor to work alongside such an exceptional group. Thank you, seniors. To the families, I extend my sincere gratitude for your support and collaboration. You've raised remarkable individuals, and I'm grateful for the privilege of partnering with you on various projects and events throughout the year. Your patience and encouragement has been invaluable. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude to the entire Tuckahoe community. Your presence here tonight, even those, many without children in our schools, underscores the profound significance of community. It's a testament to the extraordinary bond that we share here in Tuckahoe. I thank you all for being here tonight. Please feel free to linger and take some pictures. Continue to capture the memories. Above all, please travel home safely. Go Tigers. Thank you.